Welcome all to Awesome Parenting. I'm Dr. Jessina Merchant. I'm a doctor in psychology. Of late, my passionate area has been parenting. And to my right is a little Mehek, who has actually made me an awesome parent myself. Not that all the awesome parenting I'm experimenting on her, but that's what I try to do. Now, I would like to thank all of you for taking out some time from your busy schedule to attend this program on parenting. Now, parenting is something we usually take for granted. The very fact that you have taken time to come here and sit and spend maybe 40-45 minutes with me itself shows that you are an awesome parent, and I really want to clap my hands for that, and let's clap hands for each other also. Now, that was a surprising element, right? Clapping, right? Now, when we look back or when we want to look forward in our life, we come across a lot of these kind of surprises in our life. Now, let's say, for instance, like we win a lottery or we get an unexpected bonus from office. How much time do we actually take to plan that investment? How much time? Anybody can say? Would you take? Suppose I take you hypothetically to a situation where you have won a lottery, big amount. How much time would you take to actually think of right investment? Anybody can say. It'll be really nice if you thought you have won a lottery. For momentary happiness you get out of that.
At least 1 month.
At least a month, precisely. Okay, we take 1 month to meticulously plan the investment of that lottery, which is a big amount. Now, coming back to our home, do we actually take this much time for our biggest wealth in our life? If you ask any human being who's a father or a mother, here we have fathers, do you think they would say, yes, we take so much time in the biggest wealth in our life? What would be the biggest wealth in your life? You ask any father or any mother, why are you living? Why are you working? What would the answer be? For the children? A little more explanation to that? To give them a good life, to give them good education. Now, that is so easily said, but are we actually taking that much time out, like a month, to invest in thoughts of our children? I am not against a pursuit of wealth, okay? I always say that definitely money is one of the most important aspects in life, and I always stand by that. But what I'm talking about, two things we do take a lot of time. One is the education, future education of the children, and the second is the marriage, okay? If we get a chance to choose a spouse for our child, if we don't get time to invest there also. But I'm talking about the day-to-day activities, the day-to-day behavioral improvement, the day-to-day attitude, the mannerism. Do we actually spend quality time with our children? And another thing, I'm so happy, I've been talking on parenting for the past 2 years. This is for the first time I'm having an all-father audience. I mean, apart from the people from Help Library, this is for the first time I'm having an all-father audience. I always thought that if I could have at least 50-50, then this time I've been very lucky when it's fathers, because always biased opinion come, We sometimes gossip about men saying that, fathers really don't look after the children as much mothers do. But here I've got an opportunity to go say, no, when I did a talk in Bombay Help Library, what I got was only fathers and not mothers. Again, going back to the topic, can you really tell me that you do spend time on the little smaller things of your children? Education, marriage, yes, we do. We take time and time. Do you? How many of you fathers really know your children? Be honest, I'll ask random questions. I was doing a parenting talk in a Rotary, one of the Rotaries, okay, I'm not mentioning which, back home in Kerala, and I asked how many of you know your children very well. One father puts a hand up, and then I just asked him randomly, what's your daughter's, best friend's name? He's lost. So that's why I said, when you're going to put your hands up, you need to be very convinced yourself that I do know, because I might ask you random questions. Now the question again, how many of you really know your children well?
Nobody knows their children well.
Fantastic. Now if I ask the same question to your wife, what would the answer be?
Maybe she may say same. That's what I presume.
No, not the what the child is actually thinking and what is the inner aspect. The other things, the small things like this, the other worldly things like what they like, what they don't like, what they like to eat.
That mother knows that.
Mother knows. Why is it that the fathers do?
He is not paying that much attention and he don't have that. He is totally out of house now.
He's totally out of house now.
He is mostly hardly 2-3 hours mostly communication is going on.
Hardly?
2-3 hours communication is going with the child.
Every day at home.
Yeah.
Now as a doctor in psychology, I would say 1 hour of quality time is more than enough than the 24 hours the mother gives. Because see, the difference is I am not...
Quality time, those parents know, see, fathers know very well now. He will pay that attention to the quality time, but all fathers don't know how.
Exactly. Now when I say quality time doesn't mean you are sitting on the couch sipping tea and watching news and your child is there. That's not quality time. That is time.
Listening.
That is time. Quality time means you are actually, your heart, every part of your body is concentrating on your child. And that 1 hour every day if you can spend with your child is more of an investment than the 24 hours the other parent. I am not putting the other, that's why I am saying the other parent. Okay, because sometimes we tend to think that the parent who's looking after the child more is spending more quality time. No.
What do you mean quality time is playing with children?
Yes.
What?
All these are part of quality time. The quality time means you are not doing anything else. You on your own as a father is doing anything but whatever the child is saying, doing, you're listening. You're not even attending a call, you're not looking at the watch, okay, 1 hour is over, 1 hour, doctor said 1 hour quality time, oh yeah, not that kind, or you're not watching TV. See, sometimes we want to do multitasking. News is on and I'm spending quality time. Maybe you are playing with the child. Snake and ladder, you can play, you can still watch the news, but that doesn't actually account for quality time because the child is actually noticing you. The child is noticing you that the attention is diverted. The child is having the question in mind that am I more important or is the news more important? Because the news is important, the news is going on there. So quality time means you're doing nothing else but whatever you're doing for the child, to the child, with the child. That is quality time. Even if you're just sitting with your child and you're not doing anything else and the child is jumping on your lap, the child is going on your shoulder, but your attention is totally to the child, it is quality time. But if you are sitting there with your child and the child is jumping over you and your thought is elsewhere, it doesn't count for quality time. A lot of aspects go into making a good parent. Now with 40 minutes we can't go to all those aspects. I'll just take one aspect of parenting which is very, very dear to me, which I feel is the most important aspect. It is communication. But in communication, do we actually notice the words and the feelings associated? You communicate. Do you make a choice of words when you talk? How many of us we read the newspaper, the child is asking for something, you do this. No, the action itself shows, what do you have to say something? When you do this, you read in the newspaper, you do this, what does it mean? It is actually trying to tell the child through your body language that wait, something is more important than you. And even if you verbally say wait for 5 minutes, how many of you actually go back after 5 minutes? Let me tell you one thing in words, when you give the child a number, okay, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, they actually believe that number. Anytime you give a number, be very careful that you are at the gunpoint. So if you want to come back to the child later, always tell, give me some time. It has no number. But still it is a commitment. When you tell a child, give me some time, you have to honor. So let us just look at some unparenting and then reparenting with regards to communication. Have you all noticed the way you actually talk to your children? Have any of you noticed the words? Have you noticed how?
I be very careful when I tell my child that suppose she demands for certain things. If I say yes, then I have to stick.
You have to stick to it.
If I say no, I have to be also
Give a
no.
and you have to give a reason to the no, the second part. You just cannot leave a no with a child. Now, this young lady here is 4.5 years old, okay? I tell her a no, till the answer is convincing to her. She'll ask, but why, mama? But why? She keeps asking me, but whys? And it says that, you know, at this age of 4, they have 400 whys a day. And honestly, I'm tackling, I think, 600 whys a day. While I'm talking to you, I just heard her ask, Ravi uncle, where is wet wipes? Where's mama's kept wet wipes? Everything else I've organized in her Barbie bag, except her wet wipes is not there. So I just overheard that. Okay, now why we have to sometimes unparent? You know, we say you have to unlearn before learning. You're all from corporate sector or whichever sector. We always say you cannot learn two different things, you know, contradictory or paradoxical. You have to choose one, unlearn that, then you learn. So now we're going to, there is no word called unparenting, but I want to use it just like unlearning. We're going to do unlearning of the way we talk. The choice is yours though. And then we are going to unparent and then reparent. Now, you know, it's, if you always keep doing what you do, how would you want to end the sentence? If you keep doing what? Same result. If you keep doing what you keep doing, you'll keep getting what you keep getting. So if you have to unparent and parent, you have to change the way you think, the way you talk, and the way you do. It's a circle. What you think comes out in words. And what comes out in words is a commitment, like he says when you say yes. You have to honor that yes. So if you think in your mind, yes, I will do it for you, words automatically come out saying yes, I'll do it for you. And then when you say you do it, you have to stick to your words. That is one important aspect of parenting. At whatever age. It's not just this age, okay? Believe me, whatever age. Because, you know, children want to learn from us. And then if one learning of honesty and commitment if you want to give, you have to stick to this yes or no, and then no, why no, several no's till they are convinced. But you are not saying a lie to convince them. We have to be sure of that. We are not saying a temporary lie. Like we say, like I always say, parent with the end in the mind. Just to get off now, if I tell her, okay, eat chocolate now. And if I know that she is not supposed to eat